Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast, episode 3 Finding Your Identity. In our first episode, we were able to know what peer pressure is, and in our second episode, the cost of giving in. Today, we want to dive deeper in finding your identity, what you do wherever you are alone. And today, I'm blessed with a gentleman and two guests. And my gentleman here on my left is the co host. Jesse, introduce.
Okay, my name is Jesse Mumo, and I'm glad to have you back. I'm your host, and we'll be diving into this amazing topic, finding your identity. So stay tuned.
And I have two amazing guests, a university student and a peer pressure counselor. I'll start with the university student.
Hi everyone, my name is Winfred and I'm glad to be here today. I'm here to learn also how to identify myself, and I'm sure I'll learn many things before the end of the episode. Thank you.
And I'm Mercy, the peer pressure counselor. I'm here to share my knowledge. Thank you.
Stay tuned, and I'm your host. Today I'll be your host, Ombijafini Esther, and we'll tackle finding your identity, and our guests will give out what they have with that. Welcome back. We are tackling personal identity.
This is not just a conversation, but it's a journey to rediscover ourselves, where we lost identity, coming to the line and knowing what we want in life, who we are, and what we need to do in our lives. So we will start with our amazing guest, who she has identified herself as a university student, right? So, because we are talking of finding our identity, so we just want to know at first, you shared kutoka your place that you lost direction, and then you came to that point that you identified yourself. So tunataka tuanzie hapo sasa, and then I think we'll be on the right start.
Yeah, actually, personally, Nisha lose my identity. When I was reporting, nilikuwa first year, nilikuwa navaa decent, like, nilikuwa yule msichana hiyo chat girl. And then I was like, wasichana wengine wanavaa hizo ma crop top and whatever. And then wako like, we ni kienyeji wini. And then I was like, mbona niite kienyeji? So I lost my identity na nikaanza kuvaa kama wao. Hizo manguo zangu nilichoma juu. Mbona niite kienyeji na naweza mwangu.
So the word kienyeji sasa ndio ilikufanya you lost yourself.
Actually, do you know vile inaomanga?
Ask, is finding your identity a big deal?
I think it's a big deal, Joe. Wewe kuitwa kienyeji, it's for personal. Inakuanga tu kitu personal.
Let's introduce our peer counselor. Is finding your identity a big deal?
Yeah, it's a very, very hard.
Very hard. Tell us more about it.
Most of my clients, they come with different issues. You find someone who was very innocent, but after going in campus, he or she started to use drugs. As a counselor, I know dropping into that drug, leaving the drugs is very hard. You are already addicted to them, so it's very hard to drop them unless you work on it very serious.
So it's something very hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's not hard when you make your decision firm and you know your identity. After knowing your identity is very easy.
And as I grew up, I knew that I was taught that finding identity is not something we can define. It's something we discover. So if I may ask, how can we discover our identities?
Your identities, you discover your identities when you go back to yourself without your friends. You sit down in your room, and then that mindset, you start to reflect how your life should be. You start reflecting, did my parents bring me at campus to use these things? So you start being disturbed by the things you are doing. So you have to make a decision. So automatically you will find your identity. you will start going against your friends. So because that committing you went with yourself, so you will start going against your friend step by step, and
So-
finally you will get to
You'll be eliminating, picking the best
Yeah.
friends I should have. These are not best for
yeah,
me.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How? And can career be something related to finding an identity?
Yeah, I will say, I will start with me.
Yeah.
Let me help my guest at that point. I will say, yeah, it's part of, because when we talk of identifying, finding your identity, it means in one way or the other you are lost. You don't know the place that you should take. You don't know where you should start. You don't know where the way to follow. So sometimes, like when I grew up, ilikuwa sana kuwa lawyer. That's one of the things. And I will say maybe the thing that motivated me to be a lawyer, it was a negative thing. Kuna kitu will happen maybe in our community. And then I was like, if I was a lawyer, I could have judged against this side. So hizo ndo vitu zili motivate. But now as I continue to grow up, nikakuja kurealize mimi ni mtu wa kelele, mtu naweza bring up a story and then it makes sense to the lives of people. So after nikakuja kurealize kumbe I can do journalism. So when I came to that point, now I started identifying who I am. Nikaanza kujijua, yeah, this is my direction I think too. Yeah, hii ingine nilikuwa pushed because of certain circumstances that happened into my life or maybe into the area that I live. So I think when you come to that point and then you say that I want to pursue something, it means you have started aligning yourself.
Allow me to interrupt you a bit. If you have decided to pursue something, it's a matter of finding identity. And in that case where your parents are coming in your career and telling you, go do this, do medicine, be a nurse, like most of the parents want their kids to be teachers, doctors. In that case, is there an identity?
Yeah, unajua every parent wants the best for their children. But ukiuliza some of the parents, the reason wanakuambia utake maybe uende ufanye medicine, uende ufanye law, ama ufanye education, atakwambia hao wanakuwa employed haraka. Anakuambia hii course inakuwa na pesa mob. Iko so na pia ama maybe yeye ni daktari anataka niko hapo. So I think I will be maybe pushed into something that iko contrary ama iko against my passion. Unajua when you talk of career, it's something that you can do it at your free time. Ni kama sasa hivi nikute nikiwa kwa nyumba, utanikuta tu nikitangaza mavitu zangu tu nikiongea. I have one of my friend mwenye ni DJ. Na ukimkuta wapi hata uwe na utamkuta tu hata akiwa peke yake na anatingiza ako very comfortable. Meaning ni kitu hata sasa hata kama maybe wanafunzi maybe their parents watamwambia please go and do medicine. Atenda fanye but at long last atafinyiliwa akuwa anatoka job sana but as in kama atakuwa captive or something.
I think our peer pressure counselor has something to say.
But as for me, as a counselor, in that field of career, many of my clients come with the challenge when you
want to choose a career.
No, when you are through with your form 4.
Yeah.
After your exam of form 4, you come and get like a CCON. Yeah, in your mind, you planned to be like a teacher.
Yeah.
And for now, to be a teacher, you have to have that C+. But now you have CCON. So in that situation, it's very hard to get your identity in career. Is where your parents come to interfere with you. Even you yourself, you don't know your identity at that moment.
Even I think everyone has a second thought. Ni kama sasa uende market alafu ukute maybe you've been given certain amount of money to buy something just for you yourself, and then you end up maybe ukifika mahali unakuta kumbe it's that expensive, sikuwa najua hivyo. Of course utakuwa na kama hii ni expensive, I can go for this. So I think where as a peer counselor ni ukweli, mimi kama nilikuwa nataka kuwa doctor, maybe kunajua kuwa doctor directly lazima kuwa maybe na aircon, and then I got to be obviously nitaenda kwa peer counselor nimwambie please can you take me through this, I want to be, where can I start? Sasa yeye ndo atakulead nini, na pia unajua counselors they have interacted with, na unajua ku play with our minds, they know how to, maybe to they know how to know what you're thinking, as in just interacting with you for like 20 minutes, anajua you can crack jokes, anajua you're more serious, anajua when you're more serious unataka kuingia kwa field fulani. Uwezi kuwa unasema unataka kuwa journalist every time mimi hata siwezi nika crack jokes, mimi I'm ever serious. So with that interaction atakwambia I see you, maybe you can do this, you are qualified in this. So hapo ndo atakudirect, na through that cause pia kumotivate na amekudirect in a certain way, hata unaanza kugrow ile interest. So I think that's a way of finding maybe your identity when it comes to matters of career, both kwa our counselors helping our students and we as parents. But now according to your part ya parents, yeah, they want the best for us, but at some point watakuja kwa life yetu na maybe watatuambia tufanye mambo yenye maybe I was not interested. Reason, yeah, wanatutakia mazuri, and maybe that cause space na iko well marketable. I guess those kind of things.
We need anything to say?
I think I have nothing to say, but maybe like I was forced to do nursing, but now you know I'm a joker. Brother wangu alikuwa like, "Hey, utaua watu wewe." And then my mom was like, "Hapana, acha afanye hiyo nursing." And then I was like, "Hapana, I should not do it because sikuwa na hiyo passion." So I was forced to do journalism at the end.
Oh, so we want to talk about what shapes our identity. Faith, culture, and family. We'll start with I think we have tackled a bit much of the family part with finding our identity. Now let's talk about our culture before we get into our faith.
When we talk about culture is what people believes. What people believe in a certain community.
Yeah.
I will say in one way or the other, because culture, even your family has a culture. Kuna vitu zenye wana believe in.
Yeah.
And maybe I will agree that they will shape us in finding our identity. Because one thing, kama grow in a family yenye imeokoka. So one of the ways, mtoto akiwa mdogo obvious ajuagi, maybe this is the direction. Maybe amegrow akiangalia maybe wazazi wake venye wanafanya. Mbona anafanya? But as anaendelea tu anakuja kujua kumbe my parents, this is something they love. This is what they believe in. This is what they believe in. And through that, I will come to that position and then nitasema I can identify myself in this direction. Yeah, this has been the line that my family, even my community as well. So hadi itamaanisha ukienda against them utakuwa umeharibu kile kitu na umekuwa hadi you have not yet identified yourself. But now when you move with a certain beliefs, now you identify yourself with that particular thing.
Let's give our guests a chance to tell us how culture, faith shapes our identity. I'll start with you, Winnie.
I think as for me, culture gives you values. And then about the family builds your initangwaji. I think like your family inakubuildianga hiyo
the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation. Like inakupea your foundation to pursue the certain career.
What of faith?
Faith, I don't think about the faith, but I know about the culture and the family. Family inakupea your foundation, then the culture gives you the values.
Oh, your counselor.
Yeah, culture gives you a value. Whereby it's not all about a value. Like, for example, our culture, as girls, there are some limits. You can't wear a dress like this, a clothing like, you can't dress up like your choice. So your culture will make you find your identity. Those values will change you because you have some limits you can't wear.
Yeah.
If you are a good person in that culture, you will not dress up like others. You will still you will stand firm with your values.
Okay.
And about family. Family only gives you a foundation. Where your family, you will remember your roles as a family and the respect as your family. So you will have to find your identity.
Okay, and if I may ask, like, when I talk about the culture side, we have many cultures. Like I'm a Luo, our culture, we have our cultures. What I like this tribe, the Maasai, they have their cultures and how they build their manyata, they shape their ears. In that, how can it come in the matter of dealing with personal identity?
I think not all Maasais wear those Maasai shit. Not all of them. There are some, they find their identity and go against their culture. You find someone dressing very officially and very good, or dressing like a town girl. Not all of them they wear those bangles and Maasai shit.
And the bangles are physical wear. And how can the physical wear affect the personal identity? Because I think when they dress in their Maasai sukas, the bangles, whatever, they are praising their culture.
Their culture.
And when they are praising their culture, their Maasais are always decent clothes. Instead of the clothes we are wearing today, mostly the Gen Zs, they're wearing ragged whatsoever with their culture. Is culture affecting your personal identity?
You know, maybe unajua kuna communities zinakuwaga so like maybe I went to nisha interaction na Maasai. Those people are very strict with their
Culture.
Niliingoko, that was the first time kusalimia na msichana nifanye hivi. Yani tu nilikuwa nataka tu nikayoko respect. Alafu ukisalimiwa mtu wako older than you have umsalimi yeye anakuwekelea mkono hivi.
So si matomshota.
Sisi ati hizo vitu haziko. Sisi ziko huko.
They are in respect.
So I think they affect how they ni kama sahi ukutana katoto kadogo alafu uone kakinil down utasema huyu ametoka wapi? Akwambia ama Maasai. So unaona it affects in one way or the other. Na pia hadi it affect people around us. If our culture is so good, it's so nice, even people around us will imitate it and they want to follow the same thing. So it will affect. Even it will affect people that are not maybe they don't belong to that particular culture.
But they think this thing I've remembered. There are some cultures still practicing female genital mutilation, and this affect the personal identity of the lady.
Yeah.
Like our culture nearby the far end in Migori, the Koreans, they are still practicing female genital mutilation. And most of the time if you watch news, it's like Suna East, Suna West, Korea East, Korea West, Korea East, Korea West, female genital mutilation. So they are making the personal identity of the girls to be low. They are lowering their self-esteem, making them not to stand to their own. So I think that's affect their personal identity.
Yeah, exactly in affect because hadi kama kuna kitu ime happen kwa life yangu yenye maybe haifanyiki kwa watu wengine, obvious it will you are lonely, why mbona ina happen kwetu, why me na hao wengine wako sawa nini, and then pia ukiangalia the kind of challenges unapitia after that thing has happened, pia ina affect our personal identity.
And this question now comes to each and every personal. Is there at one point faith has changed your personal identity?
Faith. I think, yeah, but si sana. Back in high school, I had a boyfriend na alikuwa Muslim. And then I was like, hizo manywele zao vile zinakaa fiti, and then I was like, huyu akinioa tutazaa watoto like. And then I was like, mbona nisikue Muslim? So I was like, I want to be a Muslim. I want to be, and then I shared it with my sister, and then alikuwa like, wewe unakuwa Muslim? Alikuwa like, si nikipata watoto watakuwa na hizo manywele zinakaa smart. Akaambia no, it cannot happen, and then ikatulia tu.
Yeah, I think I can share part of my story.
Okay,
When I was
good.
young, mimi mtu nilikuwa niingia kwa crowd alafu niende na wao. As in, nilikuwa nataka kama vijana wako nini hivi sije. Nikiona watu wako na rasta nilikuwa tu nataka kumfuata tu. Twende cause nilikuwa naona ni kama wao ndo wenye kijiji. Wao ndo wenye kusema. They have their sound. But now when it came to that point, that nilianza kujidiscover who I am, and then I knew the line of my faith. So at least nilikuja kurealize kumbe si lazima niwafuate. Even now as we are talking, them wanataka kuniimitate the way I. So at least sasa ni venye nilijua msimamo na imani yangu venye ina nini, I think it affects so much. But I think I would say maybe at that time sikuwa najielewa mimi nani. Though nimetoka kwa background ya watu wenye wameokoka, people that know God, hizo vitu zote, but at long last sikuwa najielewa mimi nani. That's why hadi kuitanisha nao nilikuwa najiona mimi mwanaume. But sasa wao hawakunitaka, but they still push me and wanasema wewe kama toka hapa, maybe I will refill their things they are discussing because nilikuwa mtu wa pere. So those kind of things. But at the end when nilikuja kudiscover your line, then at least nikafuata faith yangu na ilinisaidia sana to the point ama.
Okay.
Me, I think, according to faith, it couldn't affect really, because I grew up from a very firm faith, foundation of faith. So, but I really admired Muslims, the way they dress up,
Oh yeah.
the dressing code of Muslims. But finally, I found my identity as a Christian, and that I accepted myself.
And is there any case you have handled where someone has been affected through faith?
Of course, they are very many,
Can
but
you share one?
mostly they are between Christian and Muslims. I don't know why this case is very very affecting young people.
And in my case, it's a different case. Faith and my identity, it was a battle between me and my friends and parts of my family members.
Yeah.
From my mom's side, they are Christians. My dad's side, they don't know anything about church.
Pagans.
I can't even include them in a matter of pagans because on 24th, 31st, they're
celebrate.
there.
Yeah, they celebrate, yeah.
And they're there confidently celebrating, not knowing what they're celebrating. And my friends, it affects mostly on part of my friends. Most of my friends, they don't know, I can't say they don't know the door of the church, even the windows. So, being I was a Christian, mostly I go to church on Saturdays. When I'm going to church on Saturdays, then in the afternoon I'm like, today is my Sabbath day, I need to rest. And they're like, let's go have a walk, let's go do this. So they find it hard. So they started mocking me. You're pretending to be holier than thou. Do you think the door of heaven passed between your
compound.
homestead going up to heaven? And I felt bad. So I decided I should be who I am and leave them alone. And it was hard. So faith at some point, and they were helping me. So I could not understand which side to go, because when you come to schoolwork, there are brighter students, they can help me where I don't know. And being I'm there, they cannot, being I'm a Christian, they cannot help me because they see like I'm overdoing, I'm overdoing things. So in such case, it affected me.
So maybe to ask, because we have said that when you come to identifying, finding our identity, it's a journey, and it's about knowing our values. So maybe I will just want to ask her from Winnie. She's a student, and then to a counselor, maybe atatuambia ni kitu gani moja ameona students sana ama watu wenye amekuwa kwa counselor wana struggle na. So for me, Winnie, which is that one value that you portray ama uko nayo and you think no one can change you now that you've went through fire na ukajua how to solve maybe some problems?
Yeah.
That one value yenye unajua hata sasa wakuje 1,000 I will still stand.
As for me, like nilikuwa influenced, and I used to smoke weed. Like nilikuwa na smoke weed, nilikuwa nafurahia tu like nikitoa hiyo puff, nasikia yes. Ningesikia hata ni kama naweza ambia mamangu wewe toka kwenda kucheza huko nje ni watch TV. Like nilikuwa nasikia niko high but nilikaa nikajidiscover and then I was like yo naharibika and nikaacha bangi. Hata saa hii wakuja wametembea na magoti. I cannot. I don't want.
So that now hakuna mtu maybe wa kukuchange who you are.
I don't think there hakuna cause hiyo kitu ilikuwa inanipeleka to a point nilikuwa na cheesy. Yeah.
Mercy.
What I know, what makes people to find their identity and be firm with them is, first of all, to girls, is stubbornness. Being stubborn is very good and it helps. And the second one is being firm with your decision. Being firm, kabisa firm. That will help you find your identity and be firm with your identity.
Okay. Identity, what I've come to know today, identity is a long journey.
Yeah.
It's a circle that you need to go through so that you can reach where you started from. So being who you are, it's excellent than being what people expect you to be.
Yeah.
Finding your identity is something you don't need to ask for people's approval to start. Identity is something discovered and it's something within you. So I'll give my guests to say their closing remarks as we finish our episode. I'll start with our peer counselor.
Being yourself takes courage. You are not made to be understood by everyone, but live with Ezuru. Yeah.
Winnie?
To our listeners, all I can say is once you know who you are, opinions lose control and you live by confidence, not comparison.
Okay.
And to our viewers, we have learned that finding your identity is a journey. So that's your power. That's what you own. So let's keep who we are and never follow any crowd.
Okay. Thank you for tuning and joining us in our episode 3, Finding Your Identity. Share, like, subscribe, and let's check in our episode 4 to see what we have for you next.
Bye.
Bye.